Alright, we are off. For real.
Commentator's curse is gonna get us again.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
It normally happens on stress, not the actual start of the race.
So we're going to be seeing some extra fast traps from these two runners. I imagine Scotty's going to pull out all the stops because he can't lose again.
Yep, and then Eagle's going to do a lot of his normal stuff. He's pretty fast at de-resting and staying consistent no matter how long it's been every time he's run.
Yeah, Eagle is one of those runners that just de-rusts incredibly fast and is always really consistent. So it'll be interesting to see what that shows today. Scotty is infamous for being super fast and having his practice sessions be incredibly valuable. He holds the current record. It's a high 37. I don't actually know what the exact time is, but he did it on English, so it's a little faster than it seems.
Oh yeah. So what we're looking for in these particular races, so a lot of the really tiny mechanics that you kind of hear about but don't necessarily think about a whole lot is they're going to maximize their on the ground time when running as much as possible, minimize jump heights because whenever Samus is in the air, her horizontal speed is about half the speed. So this race is going to be determined by a lot of the smaller things and a few bigger things like Eagle getting that double and Scotty missing that one, but no big deal.
Yeah, Eagle is going to take a nice early lead thanks to that double on the worm, where Scotty didn't. They were also... Oh, Eagle takes a dive, but he's got enough missiles, so he's not really worrying about health with the upcoming E-Tank.
Yeah.
So Hive Room's
Fun room.
a pain for all of the newer runners, but these runners are so consistent that I doubt any of them are going to have any issues here.
Yeah, so each hive, it spawns 4 bugs at a time. Every time you destroy a bug, it respawns that. So the basic idea is get them all chasing you so they're out of the way so you can just do 3 missiles and 2 beam shots on them.
Yep. The objective is to lure them all and bait them out of the way, but sometimes 1 or 2 of the bugs can just evade you, and there's really not much you can do about it. You can either try your best to avoid the bug, but even in the worst of situations, sometimes RNG can have it out for you.
Yep, so in Zero Mission, the beam is pretty weak. The charge beam isn't all that strong in this particular one, so a lot of this run is about missile management and much later on super missile management. Losing a super on hitting the wrong thing is generally one of the worst things that can happen in this run, in addition to failing other major tricks, but it takes quite a few beams. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in the beginning of this run especially, missile management is super prevalent, but it's not just missile management, but health management as well. In Norfair, in just a short period of time, our runners are going to have the option of healing at the statue where you get Ice Beam, but with proper movement, proper missile management, and proper health management, if they play well enough, they won't be able to, or they will be able to skip that heal entirely, and that saves quite a bit of time.
Yep, and then health management, not necessarily in terms of dying, but due to how drops work and especially in the GBA Metroids and a lot of the other Metroids, is if you're full on one thing, it won't drop that as part of an enemy drop. So having that full health all the time just increases that chance of those missiles for us.
Yes, in this case, when you're at full health, if you were ordinarily to get a health drop, it turns into a missile drop.
God, I almost opted to do a charge beam skip.
Charge beam skip is a risky play because pseudo screw attack is really, really useful in the upper section of Norfair.
Yep, and then that's the main use for charge beam in this particular run. There's a few strats as far as using a charged ice beam, but Guru attack is pretty strong in this run.
So Scotty has been doing a lot of low percent hard and low percent normal lately, so we might see him accidentally attempt to skip some items, as we just saw him almost skip charge due to his muscle memory from or low percent hard.
Alright, so we're off on criteria for a couple quick items. One's the first unknown item, which is gonna be Plasma Beam. And then later on is we're gonna grab Power Grip. Power Grip doesn't really save any time or do anything other than it is linked via events to a vine on the right hand side of Norfair, which blocks our entire way to Ridley.
I honestly don't know whether we would get Power Grip if it weren't required. We have to come over here for Plasma, and Power Grip is so useful. You really just don't know how useful it is until you play the randomizer and don't have it.
I mean, it's definitely useful, but it is a bit of a detour from Plasma.
Yeah,
by itself.
certainly.
I mean, there are a few items that we do go quite a bit out of the way to get, but that's because that's how much time they save over the course of the run.
High jump gets the number 1.
And then Scotty's catching up quite a bit already.
Yeah, Eagle's criteria has been a lot weaker than Scotty's.
Yep, and then Scotty, he goes for almost every single optimization possible. Even the ones that would, on a fail, would lose 3 times as much as the time it saves. Because I think Eagle, after getting Power Grip, he did the double bomb jump starting from the ground, and then Scotty started with a jump. Just saves it about 1.5 bomb cycles right there.
Yeah, every JBJ you'll see them do saves about a second, but they're not really that prevalent in any percent since you don't really do that many bomb jumps. You'll see another one in Ridley, but I think after that, you won't see any.
Yep, that's just one small example of the many tiny time saves that we're going to be seeing. Some runners get, well, especially Scotty go for, and then the Eagle's going to be going for his own sort of things.
So Eagle and Scotty are now both coming to Ice Beam. Fortunately, they've both played rather well, so they will be able to just grab Ice Beam and go without having to heal here. Both of their missile ammos are incredibly good. So they really shouldn't have any trouble with this upcoming mini-boss, the Cocoon.
Alright, so this game, it does have its, I guess, storyline set of sequences on what they want you to do, but nearly every single thing that's possible in Zero Mission, as far as like going to Ridley first, it is completely developer intended. It's like we really only see this shortcut in low percent and any percent, but serves otherwise no purpose anywhere else in the game.
Interestingly enough, you actually see the shortcut in the 100% task that Dragon Fangs is currently working on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Scotty didn't get that many missiles. He's low. He's going to need to farm. Oh, Eagle's going to need to farm too. He missed the missile.
No.
Okay. Eagle has the better Cocoon.
Yeah, Cocoon is one of those fights that you need to have it basically go perfect, or it can go pretty downhill pretty fast. And
Cocoon is probably the hardest boss of any percent, I think. It's really precise, and your wall jumps need to really be up to snuff.
anyways, just like that, we're going to Ridley. We don't have any supers yet, so we need to take this little back route over to Ridley area. There's a missile block that's right here, so that's why he needs to farm for that missile really fast.
Alright, so up and coming is the legendary Diskegar room, also known as the Side Hopper room. Infamous for how much damage you can take. So let's see how...
Some of it on purpose, too.
Yeah, they're going to use a few of these enemies to deboost to the left. And use the damage frames to get through some other enemies.
Pretty
Eagle
nice
goes through it.
We're gonna see our orb just fall. Just like that. Some more damage boosting and get to this run's first set of supers. And then we do need to make it back to where we were, so just to make our next little boss fight a little bit faster. Or a bit faster. Couldn't grab these supers the first time here because we need a super to get it.
Use a super to get 2 of them. Good value.
Oh yeah. Alright, Eagle's gonna survive this little trip. Same with Scotty.
So if I had to guess, I'm going to say both of them are going to skip this Ridley E-Tag.
Oh yeah, you have just enough time, and basically as long as Ridley does not turn around, you should be fine.
Ooh, nice refill glitch from Scotty.
Okay. Yeah, that was really nice.
With that refill glitch, Scotty takes the lead. Eagle with the much better Ridley fight.
Now we'll see who gets the much better drop, so.
Oh yeah, drops here are incredibly important. You're looking for super, so you can skip having to farm the owls.
They both got full.
Eagle doing a little better on missiles and health.
Yep, and made the skip out a little bit faster. Pretty cool.
Now this has been an incredible race so far, but we still have the 2 most threatening tricks remaining, which would be Asprum skip coming up, and I imagine Scotty will go for it, but I'm not quite sure about Eagle, which would be the Zeb skip in Turian.
Yep, we'll find out based on super, how they feel about the supers.
You can see Scotty's better movement helping him out here as he lead.
Alright, now that we're back in Ophir, just a few quick items to grab along the way, then on our way over to Kraid.
Yep, this will be the last of our minor items we pick up.
So a big reason on doing Ridley first is, so we'll have supers for Kraid, so that just makes his boss fight super trivial. We do skip out on the cutscene by doing Ridley first.
I want to say that cutscene is actually why we do Ridley first. Thanks to a neat development that has been found in the lower section of Norfair with a frame-perfect super shot. Alright, so right now they're returning to Brinstar. They won't be here for long. They actually won't be grabbing anything here. They're just trying to maneuver their way over to Kraid as fast as they possibly can. Alright. Nice climb by both, Scotty actually lost a little bit of time on his climb, but that was beautiful by Eagle. Alright, so we've made it down to Kraid. Now we have the infamous acid worm skip. Scotty's, I imagine, going to show his super fast strat, while Eagle's just going to do the traditional. One lava dive Scotty takes, and he's already behind Eagle. That's how close they are.
For sure.
Nice, Eagle.
Oh no. And then
Scotty misses it.
and he's going to set up with the spring ball HPJ backup, which is really nice backup because the other alternative is you have to completely leave the room to reload the blocks.
I personally am so inconsistent with Acid Worm skip that I just default to what Scotty just showed off. It isn't over yet, though. Eagle might get bad RNG from the drops in Turian, or just have an awful Turian overall. Turian is a very, very threatening and dangerous area. Anything can go wrong with Turian.
Yep, that's where the game really starts.
Yeah. I would say from this start of Kraid to the end of Turian. And honestly, we might see some heal skips in Suitless, so there's a lot upcoming that can decide who will win this race.
And just like that, that was supposed to be a boss fight, right?
I was busy watching Scotty head to the side hopper room. But at least now I get to see this boss fight with Kraid. Wow, what a whim. Just like in SM, the Kraid quick kill is broken. It's a little easier in this game, though, if you have supers.
Yeah. Yep. Then, and really another nice reason to do Ridley first when you do this acid worm skip. There's a trick coming up, so we don't have his zip lines activated anymore, but having speed booster and then having a high jump lets us have a little bit more generous window to be able to use the speed boost, the shine spark in time.
Yeah, you have to do a pretty precise wall jump off the left-handed wall with the door if you don't have high jump. Eagle now making his climb out of Kraid. And now he's off to Turian. Scotty has a different climb, which we'll see in just a moment. Aw, but he got hit by the Rhea. Oh, he just did traditional climb. Okay. Note, Eagle is not going for Brinstar Super, so he might be going for Zeb Skip.
That's what I'm going with.
I think this late in the game, you can't afford to go for Brinstar Super. Both of these runners are at the point where Brinstar Super is a little slower. Even if it does give you that extra comfiness of just having 2 extra supers to deal with Metroid.
Yes, like the big time save for grabbing Brinstar Supers is a hopeful RNG control.
Yeah, how Torian works is you really never want to go below 4 supers in the last 1 or 2 Metroid rooms, because then you need to hope for a 9.7% drop of a super from the green Rinkas, or a 0.97% from the red ones. And you really, really can't count on those unless you're down like 30 missiles or more. So what you'll be seeing from these runners is they'll be rapidly swapping between supers and missiles to optimize their ammo counts throughout this area. It's nice to see they have the same amount of ammo coming in. And health doesn't really make a difference because you'll never see small healths from the Metroids. So what you'll be, or I guess what the runners will be hoping to see are a lot of supers from these Metroids. Scotty gambles his supers away. He only has 2 of them at the moment. He went down to 0.
Yeah, that was a nice drop right there. Still quite a few Metroids left to give him extra supers along the way, but...
Oh no, Eagle gets grabbed. That's going to reduce his chance of getting missiles. Oh, double supers. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, Eagle's gambling. I would never use supers in this room.
And Scotty's got what he needs.
Yeah. Oh, Eagle's going for Zeb, as we'd predicted. But is he going to get shafted by RNG on Super Luck?
Hopefully not. There we go. He's good.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too long of a farm at all.
No, it comes down to Zeb Skip here, I think. I think that's too high. Yeah. That's going to give Scotty the chance to take the lead. Oh, first bomb, Scotty.
Yep, so it requires a frame perfect unmorph, as well as having... So, in GPA Metroids, frozen enemies are bugged, to say the least. And I think that's about all we need to say about that. Eagle not having too much luck with that. He got that frame perfect going on the first attempt, except he got that rink a little bit too high, so we couldn't slide across.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
There we go.
Nice.
Yep, so skipping the first Zebetite, it despawns the third one.
Does it despawn it? I thought that how it worked was when you kill one spawns, but I could be wrong.
I'm not sure exactly as far as the technical level on that one, but we have other people that are much better at that stuff. Me.
That's a shame, though. Scotty's a full 30-40 seconds ahead of you now.
Yeah, man. There's not a whole lot throughout the rest of the run that's going to help even that out, outside a major mistake on Scotty's part.
Escape spark, a death. That's about it.
Yes,
I
like
think.
At this point, it really has to be complete execution flaws on Scotty's part.
Yeah,
So,
and there really aren't many execution flaws that can catch Scotty for 30 seconds.
yeah.
I mean, even Escape Spark, he would need to actually mess up the spark. Messing up the Shine Break would only be like 8 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the big reason on that, so 90% of Chozodia, there was 0 RNG.
Yeah. I think from here on out, the only major RNG left would be how the atomics move after you get fully powered suit, what Charlie does, and how quickly Mecha gives you a swipe.
Or Fireball.
I've never really seen fire. Actually, I think I've seen fireballs once at any percent, but they're not very common.
Eagle used to get them all the time. Anyway, so we destroyed Mother Brain. We started our escape and then we got shot down and it destroyed our power suit, so we're just kind of stuck with this little stun gun that can't kill anything. So not going for for a refill basically means any contact that a runner has will be game over.
Yeah, I think given how far Scotty is ahead, I think I would have taken the heal. If I were Eagle, I would absolutely skip it. But Scotty's far enough ahead that he could afford to take it.
Yeah.
Especially with only one E-tank to fill, it would be really short comparatively to what you might see in 100%. Alright, so both Eagle and Scotty got the map skip, which is kind of unfortunate. That one's shameful today.
Yeah. Yep, so perfect stealth would absolutely be a lot slower in every category that goes this far.
Yeah.
There's just some things where it's just faster to set the alarm. It'll set some enemy patterns as well as get some other things out of the way.
Yep, sometimes we trigger the alarm intentionally to allow us to do certain things.
For bonus points. Unfortunately, there are no rules on the leaderboard that says if you get perfect stealth, you lose 30 seconds or something.
Imagine that. Perfect stealth saves you 30 seconds.
You took up, you got the swag. We're just gonna take this much time off your run.
Swag is always the way to play, in my opinion.
Always.
But perfect stealth is a swag strat that is so difficult. I can go for it and mess it up every time.
I guess there's a tiny bit of RNG on when the pirates turn around the very first screen. But either way, I think it's frame perfect too.
I think it's frame perfect because of you need to shoot when the pirates turn around. But I don't think when the pirates turn around is random. You just need to know your timing.
Yeah.
So there's our first power bomb that we're going to grab in just about 5 seconds. Oh,
Just
I
kidding.
guess we won't be grabbing it. Well, that's a shame. Oh, pirate, what do you think you're doing? He stole our item. What a shame. Well, too bad. We'll never be seeing it again.
Yeah. It's unfortunate in this game that it's only used to get more power bombs.
Yep, power bombs are used to get more power bombs.
Alright, and Scotty's entering about the scariest part of Suitless. In just a couple rooms, it's one of those things that if you drop a single wall jump, you could kind of die, no matter how many E-tanks you have.
I always think the long hallway is the scariest room. You never know when a pirate will jump out at you or when you'll accidentally miss a shot, the diagonal shot to freeze the first pirate.
Yeah, it's just one of those. Some of the tricks in this game, it's like you think you have to do them all as fast as possible, but sometimes the trick on them is just being a tiny bit patient.
Yup, if you go too fast through a long corridor in Suitless, you'll actually die as a result if you skip the kill. Alright, so Scotty is entering Charlie. I almost said Suitless. Whoops. Let's see how Charlie favors him today. Charlie is interesting because his sigil is what allows you to quote-unquote damage him, and he can make you lose quite a bit of time, easily 10 seconds if he just doesn't want to give you the sigil. So as a result, you will most likely see Scotty shoot himself intentionally to reset the timer, allowing him to, on average, get the sigil 1 second faster. But he can only do that once since he's only got 99 health.
This has been a moderate Charlie so far.
Alright, so Scotty's not damage boosting. He's going for consistency over risk/reward.
And he does have the unlock glitch on that.
Nice.
Yep, sometimes, so when the game, after you finish the fight, it wants to lock Samus in place, but if you keep turning around at the right spot, the game just kind of gives up. It's like, okay, whatever.
Oh, hey, is that the Varia suit I see?
Where'd that come from?
I certainly don't remember going to collect it. Oh, that was a fast Charlie sigil from Eagle.
That was a nice fight, yeah. Or a nice start, yeah. Alright, right here they're going to, or Scotty's going to grab his last super pack for the run.
Ah, so Eagle did the damage boost. Unfortunately, he got a little trolled, but not the worst Charlie I've seen. Scotty's going to go through this section extremely fast. He's had so much experience from low percent. He knows where every pirate is. I don't think he'll get hit once.
Nope, not at all. Speed boost might throw him off a little bit, though.
Oh no. He ran into the block.
Yeah, sometimes that speed booster comes in at the most awkward times if you're don't have the muscle memory for it anymore, or you get used to like other category, or basically low percent. Alright, so at this point, we're just going back to where we came from when we started here. And then take a little bit of detour, find another boss, and call it good. Eagle, not quite clearing that ledge right there.
Alright, so they're both in the ship. Now it's really just down to who can get to Mecha and kill Mecha first. There is always the escape spark, but at this point, Scotty's a little too far ahead. I don't think he can come back unless Scotty dies.
Yep, and that would just take some incredibly awful RNG from Mecha at this point.
Excellent usage of the charge beam by Eagle to bait those atomics and preventing them from either firing their electricity or getting too close to him.
Yeah, atomics are fun little things to kind of manipulate.
Yep.
It's like if you're charging, Samus basically becomes an atomic magnet, but they will never fire their lasers. But if you shoot a charge shot at them, they'll just kind of move away.
Yep. They'll never.
Okay, so Scotty's in a pretty particular situation.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine now. But that's probably one of the scariest parts of this last little segment to Mecha Ridley.
If Scotty misses a super, he could be in for it, but I don't think Scotty's one to miss supers. Oh, watch Eagle's screen. We're going to see a nice strat from him. He was a little slow.
Yeah, so if you intentionally don't have that alarm stop in time and you leave that pirate alive for just a little bit, you'll have a pirate that shoots you that can destroy one of those bomb blocks for you and save a nice chunk of time for not having to drop another bomb. It's fun.
And it's faster too.
And that was pretty decent RNG on Mecha's side, on Scotty's side on Mecha. Not too long of a wait for the swipe. Had some missiles to fight with at the same time, but no big deal.
Yeah, Scotty knows how to deal with the missiles. They've got nothing on him.
And he got the bomb door.
We're going to be seeing a high five here in this room. Eagle coming in, Scotty heading out.
Nice double shots on that.
Scotty taking an unusual hit from a pirate. He jumped instead of fell off the platform.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
What's going on?
One
Eagles?
health left. Or a little more. Did he miss 2 shots?
I'm not sure what happened there. I looked over for just a second and saw some lasers coming out of Mecha Ridley.
I saw 7 or 8 missiles hit Mecha, so I think that means he missed 2 supers.
Alright, so got us setting up for last final trick of the game.
He's far enough ahead that whether he gets it or not doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
But
and
he
he's
nails
got
it.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of missiles, so he's not gonna have a slow work bot.
Scotty has an especially fast strat. I'm not sure he'll go for it because he's low on health, but yeah, these pirates will never shoot him.
Oh my. That
Yeah.
is pretty awesome.
It's really, really cool. That's actually his 100% strat that he makes work for any percent. And Scotty finishes with an official SRL time of 38:55.
GG to Scotty. Eagle's getting ready to start his part. And he's confident he's not gonna miss it, so he doesn't bother stopping the work bot. But yeah, the last time I saw somebody else do that kind of strat on the Black Pirates was basically they did a better job. They just basically did a bunch of random dodging rather than that nice little manipulation on the sidewalls.
And Eagle does the traditional strat for these pirates.
Either way, still sub 40. GG to both runners.
Yep. Eagle finishes with an official SRL time of 39:51. I'm not sure whether we will go straight into the second race now or whether we want to get them in here for a short interview on this first race. I think it might be better to do both races together, but I don't know.
Well,
whatever works.
We'll find out what both runners want to do. Alright, so I guess we're having kind of a little bit of a quick question and answer in chat. Zebskip has a different time in English. Is this conspiracy theory?
Nah, you need to unmorph the frame the bomb goes off. That doesn't change depending on the version.
Yeah, I've never actually practiced that particular thing. It's like, up until fairly recently, it was, at least when it was first discovered, it wasn't deemed viable for anything other than low percent. Or even worth it for anything other than low percent. Okay, so what that last race did as far as the bracket's concerned, so this was the first match that Ego has lost in the entire tournament. This is the grand finals in the double elimination. So Scotty had just reset the bracket with this last match, so we have one more final match for this. And I guess we'll call this thing a wrap, won't we?
Oh boy. Scotty forfeited from the race in the SRL channel.
What?
He accidentally got undone.
Whoops, I guess.
I guess Eagle wins.
Alright, round 2 of the grand finals are starting up really soon. The one that wins this match determines who is the grand champion of our most recent edition of the Any% tournaments.